Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Explorers
I
channel.
hope everyone are doing good. And in today's video, we are going to see an interesting topic which could be useful when you are dealing with any web application or any desktop application. So in order to interact with any application, the very first step is to launch the application or to start the application. So yes, we are going to see how you can launch or start your application, both your web and desktop applications. Go to your toolbox and filter with start. You have two start, one which is under general and system process. So let's drag and drop both of them. So the start tab, which has this file path and arguments as input parameter, and it has one output parameter which is window handle. So both the start has file path as input parameter, and this one which is system process is basically to launch any of your system process which you have installed on the specific system or your desktop. So let's try launching your desktop application, which is the one you installed on your system. So I'm going to launch some application. So let's take this CapCut tool for editing. So I'm going to take the path. So in the file path, you just provide it. Okay, now let's just try to launch it. Run this. Okay, so this is completed, and if you see the cursor, it is trying to load it or it's trying to process the application. Okay, and now the application is launched successfully. So with the help of this system process, you can launch any of your desktop application having the required permission of it. Okay, how you can launch your web application. And also for launching any web application, make sure that the respective RPA extension is enabled. So here I have already installed my ServiceNow RPA extension. You can simply type enable ServiceNow RPA extension. Just click on that link and that will automatically install your extension. So once the extension is enabled, make sure that you give the respective file path to launch it. So I'll close it and run from here. Okay, so now it launched the edge and it opened the respective browser as well. Let's look at the properties for both the start apps. Okay, so let's start with the start app. Okay, and here you have the default properties like delay before and after execution, timeout and everything. And also you can set the location, which is nothing but the location for this particular page, which includes the height, width and everything. Like you can customize your location, and based on your customized location, it just launches the app for that specific height and width. And then you have the state. It's basically if you want to start your app and maximize it, you can just go with this maximize it, and minimize is just minimize the application. And also hidden, it's basically doesn't open, I mean it you will not be able to actually see it, which basically open the application in the background. And also you have this custom location, so you can just adjust your height, width, left and top and everything for this custom location. And also here you have this option which is enabled by default for wait for start. So you are giving 30 seconds of maximum wait time for the application to be start. Okay, and now let's try with the different states. Maybe I'll just take this custom location. So this custom location, let's provide some random height, and I'm just giving some random values, and let's try launching it now. Okay, so based on the location I give, this is how the application is getting launched. So according to your requirement, you can play with this. And let's also try with this hidden, and I'm going to close the all instance of it. I'm still seeing the web page, but yes, let's see, maybe the future release we could see some difference between normal, maximize, minimize and all the states, because if even I keep minimize, it is not minimizing the application. So maybe I'll disable it and let's see what's happening now. So yeah, it's because of the location we have given. Let me make it 0 everywhere and let's try again. Yes, it's still the same, and according to the state, it is not behaving as expected. Maybe in the future release let's try exploring it, but for now if you want to launch it, make sure that you give it normal and externally you can use the other option to maximize it or minimize your application accordingly. Okay, so in the system process, let's try launching the web application path and let's see what happens. Okay, so we have an error. It says that system cannot find the file specified. So it's basically you have to provide the file path which is present in the Windows Explorer or your file explorer. So it will not work. And now let's try doing another option in which we will be trying to launch desktop application on the start app, because here it doesn't have any option to provide whether it's desktop or your web based application. So let's give it a try with a desktop application. Run this. Okay, and now it got launched. So with the help of start app, you can either launch your web or Windows based application, but with the help of this system process, you will be able to launch only your system process, so it should have the correct file path specified in the folder. Okay, now this is good, but there would be a question that how come Edge is automatically getting launched even though you have another browsers like Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, Brave or whatever. So in my case, I have enabled the default browser launching app as Edge. So that is the reason whenever I use my startup, it uses my default browser which is Edge and it launches my application. If required, make sure that you go to your Windows setting and make your other browsers like Chrome, Brave, Internet Explorer, whatever you have, and just launch the application. Okay, now let's see another option which is with the help of a connector. We have used another connectors like UAC, Universal Application Connector, and Chrome. You have different options. So currently I have this Chrome which is a Chrome extension, the Chrome plugin. So it's Chromium. Let's double click on the connector and wait for any script. Okay, so here in this case, here when you say navigate, you have to provide your URL and your default timing. It's have the default properties. So now let's try giving this URL. Let's launch it. Okay, now it is getting launched as expected. So if you are using Chromium connector, you can use this navigate method. So let's try to use another connector which is Universal Application Connector. We cannot use Chromium and Universal Application Connector together in the same project, right? So I'm just taking, so this is Universal Application. Double click on this and let's take this start. Okay, here the main advantage of this start from the other one we have seen is here you can actually define your application type. Let's say that you have Chrome, Edge and application. So this application is nothing but your system process application, your Windows or desktop application. So let me just choose Chrome now and let's try to launch the same application on the Chrome, even though I have my Edge as default browser. Okay, and we have two other parameters which is path and your start parameter. Okay, let's go to the documentation and understand these. So we have given the application type which is Chrome on our example, and when you take path, you should provide the complete path to be open. Okay, so like they have given some example that if you want to open any desktop application, you have to provide that path. And then start parameter. So this is basically when you want to launch an application, you have to provide certain argument or parameter, like it should be the action after you launch that specific application. Okay, let's see how does it work here. So now I'm going to launch the Chrome. So I'm not providing path or the start parameter. Let's just run this. Okay, run from here. So now it has launched the Chrome application. Let me close it. Okay, it is completed. So now as I mentioned, let's try to provide the path. Okay, I'll run this now and from here. So now it has launched the application which is Chrome. So it has completed now without launching it. Okay, now let me remove this and provide it in the start parameter. So let me run this now. It has launched the Chrome and opened the given URL which is the developer page. So there is no point in this path parameter when you are using or dealing with a web-based application. Irrespective of the path you give or not, it is not considering it. So make sure that your start parameter is very important when you are dealing with web-based application. So it simply defines that what action you want to do after you start your application. I mean, after you start your Chrome, Edge, or whatever. This is successful. So now let's try to do the same on the desktop application with the same action. So let me take the path. Okay, and let's provide the path. Before that, we have to change the application type, which is now application over here. So let me run this. Okay, now we have an error. Let's see. So it says that path cannot be null or empty. Okay, now this shouldn't be empty, right? Now I'll provide this and I'll remove the start parameter. Okay, so now it is trying to load the application. Okay, now it has loaded it. I can see the application is being opened. So the main difference between these parameter, which is called path, is nothing but when you want to start any web application, the path doesn't matter. Directly you can give your start parameter to start your application. But when you're dealing with any application which is your desktop or Windows based application, path is the mandatory stuff, as they mentioned over here. Even in the example, what they have given is just some Java file which is from the local window, from the D folder. So this path matters for your local application or your desktop application. So this is how this particular start from universal application connector works. So far we have seen start from UAC, normal start from toolbox, and system processes, and also navigate, which is from Chromium connector. So these are all the few methods to launch your application. So based on your requirement, you can switch between them, configure your properties accordingly. So I hope you all find this video useful. In case, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to like this video to reach more people. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end.